Okay, he doesn't remember anything. And guess whose father was at Sirhan's mom's door within 45 minutes of Robert Kennedy being killed?
Do tell.
Gerald Hemming. And so that's
so your granddad.
No, my father. No, my father.
My father. Wow,
Gerald,
wow. Okay.
And so we got this guy calling me. Come on, dude. I'm not picking up.
Yeah. Sorry. He's talking with his good friend Mike Blue here.
No, it's like I know the number. It's not a client. I know the number. It's not a client, and it's not a client call. I'm sorry. This is not one of those times. I don't give a fuck who's talking shit on me. I don't care. Do all the live streams you want about me.
People are stupid. You know what? Like, here's the thing. I believe in what P.T. Barnum says. There is no such thing as bad publicity in certain ways. If they're talking shit about you, you're doing something right in one regard, you know?
Right. Right. And that's what that is. And it is. And so back on that. So these people just don't even understand. Now we're going to move on to the COINTEL Pro. My father was involved in the first Metropolitan Intelligence Unit ever in the United States. Why? Because there was no other groups doing that. You know, when you're dealing with espionage and counter-espionage, at that point in time, even until today, people don't know this. They're surprised when people really know about it. Is that these large entities, because Los Angeles is one of the largest cities in the world and has one of the biggest population in the world, there's a lot of shit that goes on there. A lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that goes on in all kinds of big cities. Portland at one point in time was known for human trafficking. It's still a big human trafficking area. And, it most
certainly is. The history of Oregon's human trafficking goes all the way back to the 1700s. No, it really does. Early 1800s, actually. And there were kidnapping loggers and workers and shipping them to Asia to have them work enslaved and on ships. Yes. Yep.
Shanghaied. That's where they were being. They'd be shanghaied right there. They'd wind up. That's where that term came from. They wound up being Shanghai to Shanghai. Mm-hmm. But so here. That's where these individuals don't understand that. We're moving forward in this stuff, and we're actually growing. There's more cameras in the street now than ever before. And now we got people going into police departments with cameras. We got them going into post offices with cameras. We got them going to military bases with cameras, and all sorts of shit's going on. And so,
what I find fascinating about it is you will look at the pushback from all these government and quasi-government entities of arresting people and intimidating them and attacking them or stealing their camera equipment for doing nothing more than what the government and these quasi-governmental agencies, these corporations that overlap with government, like Google. Right. Google should not be allowed to censor anyone ever. If you actually look at Google's contracts with the government, they may as well be the federal government,
right?
But no one, but if you talk to a Democratic president a Democrat politician, about Google censoring people, they'll become Ayn Rand in a flat second. They're like, oh, but they have free, they're a private company and they can censor you all they want because they can do with what they will with their property. Like, they own the Republicans, they own the Democrats through their lobbying, and if you look at the actual, and Google's just one thing. You want to have a lot of fun, people, go do a Google image search on graphic representation of the internet, and you can look at all the companies and all the diagrams, and you can see who owns what and who's getting paid how much for it just by looking at a picture. Since people don't like reading, they don't like books. Just go to Google Images and search graphic representation of the internet, and you can look. And it's ridiculous, But the pushback the psychology of people that work in the system, and that's why I have a lot of respect for auditors. I'm a cop watcher. But these auditors, when they go to Raytheon, or they go to a corporation that does business with the federal government, and they get attacked, or they have their cameras stolen, or they get tyrannized. I mean, I think it's very telling that they respond in violence because they're paranoid. They believe they have this animus inside them about being spied on and being bullied.
That's a lot of coin, dude.
That's what they do.
He just got 25 pounds. He just got 25 pounds from Tommy from Ireland. That's a lot of coin, dude. That's not 25 pounds. 25 pounds. That's some coin.
Did I just get that in my?
Yeah, you just
Oh,
yes, you
wow.
did. You just got
Thank you,
20 bucks.
Tommy. That's awesome, man. I'm sorry I can't look at my super chat,
No,
Tommy.
no, that's
but
that's awesome, dude.
that's
I had
It's
to have that.
there's no message with it. It is straight up a 25 euro super chat.
Is that euro or pound?
That is a euro.
Oh, look at you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Woo-hoo.
That's awesome, man. I very much appreciate that, Tommy.
All right, so back on that whole deal with COINTELPRO and why there's possibility of infiltrators within these groups now, because of the effect that they're having. It was nearly impossible to get a story of a First Amendment auditor being falsely arrested and falsely charged into national news. Hello, done it multiple times. Started with Philip Turner being arrested in Houston, and then on, and then forth and forever. We have a relationship with the chief of now the current chief of Houston, who was the former chief of Austin, courtesy of having Philip Turner in a position to share video footage of arrest of the wrong individual, because there was a shooting in right about this time of year and South by Southwest where there was shots fired, but as a result, Philip Turner was able to capture the video. And here's that thing here with Philip. Here he is. There's all of this crybaby shit about people's last names being shown. Philip Turner used to do the silent treatment. Philip Turner invented the silent treatment. Philip Turner used to go to jail just because he wouldn't fucking ID. You didn't invent this, asshole. And so, and if you're gonna interact with the government, back to interacting with government, you got to use your name. You got to. You got to. So just like why not using encrypted technology? If you want to make them believe that you're not up to any nefarious acts, you got to be open. You got to be honest. You got to be transparent. You got to be more transparent than they are. That's why if I fuck up, I'm going to tell you I'm a fuck up. And I fucked up. And I fucked up. I made a mistake. But on this whole deal with why I believe there are now nefarious actors attempting to create diversion, or not diversion, but division and other issues within a group, because the group is constantly growing. You of your followers, like you have 16,000, a lot of your 16,000 followers are on your channel because of cop blocking. They're not involved with other reasons, but they've been there for a long time. They like your content. They're likely unique to yours and yours alone. You likely don't share subscribers with, say, some guy who doesn't want me to use his name anymore because he doesn't want me using his name because he thinks that it has some magical power and can take away his soul. I don't know. Whatever. But yet he wants money from people and wants to, hey, help me. I want to get punched in the face for $200,000. Hello, I'll do it for $2. Sorry. But on that topic there, it makes you wonder. All of a sudden we have this there were issues within groups, there were, and there always are going to be issues with some groups, but it never got to the point of where we're at now, where we got these fucking people doing this real ridiculous, stupid shit. And so that's what makes me seem to go back and start looking back at who these actors are and see what they have to gain and what they have to lose. And so that's because of my background and because of my training and because of what I know and the knowledge base that I have, it makes it easy for me to kind of like play along. People say, Felipe, why don't you go ahead and say something until it's time to say something? Because I want them to run it out. I want them to run their line out. I mean, just like I was explaining to the person at Morro Bay that I recorded a conversation with regarding her sharing this person's name, threatening to share this person's name on a video. She was captured on a video by a guy named Dave Just Dave. That's his new channel, new auditor that was out and about, and she threatened to say, hey, how about I tell you this guy's name, or how about I tell you this guy's name? And she's like, and I was like, whoa, shit, that's a misdemeanor. She got that information from the databases. So I called her on the phone and said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I said, where'd you get that information from? What are you talking about? Where I get it from? It's on fucking social media. Everybody knows those assholes' names. Well, she didn't say assholes. I call them assholes now. They call those assholes names. I think I call them knuckleheads at the time. They go, oh, you called us knuckleheads. No, now I'm calling you an asshole because you're an asshole. Before, I was just using it to gain the confidence of this person in an interview to open themselves up to give me information. It's called an interviewing technique, but you would not understand it because you're an asshole. So again, as a great man once told me, don't throw pearls in front of swine. They won't even want anything. They don't want to know what they're doing. They just eat it.
That great man was Jesus. And, like I'm a neo-pagan, but like I love, this is tangential as hell, but I love the New Testament and the Bible because there's a lot of wisdom in there, Like,
Well, brothers, I got to wrap this up.
All right, man.
I was just
it's
actually
that
about
time.
ready to say that we're actually at the top of the hour, or near the top of the
Yeah.
hour, and we need to start wrapping this up because I do
Felipe,
have a meeting an hour after this.
I'm sorry you had a bad time during part of this interview, but I'm not sorry at the fact that it put you on that tangent that talked about all these this fun, interesting stuff about the intelligence community and the Nazis and the Bay of Pigs and all that fun stuff.
We didn't talk about the Bay of Pigs yet. That was just
Oh, I know.
Bay of Pigs.
Like that was like I know we were leading up to that, and that's when that's when I started getting really happy. Like,
Anytime.
thank you so much, and
Anytime.
I hope you will come on again.
I will anytime, man. Talk to you later. Be good.
All right, man. Bye.
Well, it looks like that is that. We might as well do the final plugs. Oh, and give a quick heads up. It was Technoax once again for the intro music, so that information's put out there. Make sure.
Yeah,
you
I
get
heart
proper
techno
provision.
acts.
Yeah. So, you want to go first, or should I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Thank you so much for everybody that watched, and I got really into the conversation with Felipe, guys. I'm sorry for not paying attention to the chat, but it is difficult for me to read it because I'm operating on a laptop, and it's really small print for me to be able to deal with the chat. And thanks a lot again, Tommy. And by the way, everybody that didn't donate to my super chat is an asshole. I'm kidding. You guys aren't assholes. I'm just fucking around. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. And if you're watching this on Steam, do hit that upvote and re-Steam button. And yeah, just thanks a lot to the supporters, the 14 people that are watching this live stream. I love you. Thanks a lot. I know this isn't the format that I usually do. I'm more of an activist, but I'm honestly just getting bored, people. I'm getting bored with watching cops put people in cages and ruin their lives. I want to do more of a meaningful contribution to this subculture of police accountability, and I'm going to be doing this with Bunny Boots for a while because I think it's more valuable than me just filming cops arrest people and then me cussing cops out. I think that material is getting old for me. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll turn it over to Bunny.
All right. Keep an eye out. We do Strategic Non-Compliance twice a week. Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time frame. Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific time frame. So this way both East and West Coast has a chance to participate sometime during the week. As is, you can find me on Mixer, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope in case something does happen. During the live stream or whatever, you can always run over to the quick backups. The links for all of those are in the description of the YouTube video. The archive of this will be up at sometime later on tonight, how long it takes YouTube to go ahead and process the entire live stream. It's hard to say because for some reason it doesn't like strategic non-compliance, or whenever the hell I put strategic non-compliance in the title of any of my YouTube videos. So that is about it. I guess we shall call it a night, about 4 minutes early, but as is, I got stuff to take care of, and me and Mike have, I can still got to beat him with a wrench so he can learn how to use Discord.
Oh yeah, beat that monkey. The monkey must be punished.
All right. Have a nice night, everyone.